Hello and welcome to Fullscope Saturday Live. The Premier League is back and Arsenal got the new season underway in style last night with a 3-0 demolition of Coventry City at the Emirates. Today our chosen game comes from the City Ground as Nottingham Forest take on Leeds United. We'll be following that one throughout the afternoon while keeping you completely up to date with all the goals, all the scores and all the big talking points from around the grounds. So get involved in the chat and give us your predictions and settle in for the afternoon. This is Fullscope Saturday Live.
Welcome back. Fullscope Football Saturday afternoon, the first Saturday of the Premier League season. I see we have Clive Wells in the chat. Hello, Clive. How are you doing? Hull City 2, Manchester United 0. Who saw that coming? Where did that come from? Hull City, one of the favourites for the drop. Man United, I mean, what a season they had last year. I was expecting really high things from them. Now, I'm going to hold my hand up, and I didn't get to see much of the game today, but I've been reading what Alan Shearer has been putting out on the old socials. He seems to think Manchester United look really, really unfit and uncompetitive in that game. I'll have to have a look at the highlights later on. Let me know what you think in the chat. But that game is done and dusted today. All being well, we're going to be mainly focusing on Nottingham Forest versus Leeds. I'll give you some stats about that game in a second. But also, obviously, we're going to be bringing you all the latest news from both the Premier League and the Championship. The Championship in which, actually, the standout game, I think, must be Blackburn Rovers at home versus Middlesbrough, but I might be a little bit biased on that. Supporting me in the background, as ever, is the one and only, the legend, the main man of this channel is Ledge. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, mate. Like I said, I see the check got there this morning.
for the nice intro.
Yeah.
It was a cease and desist because I was mean to you last week. That's what did it. It was
We prefer not to use words like that on stream, though, don't we?
Yeah, I'll be nice to you, even though it's enforced with threats of legal action. No, seriously, I'm looking forward to this. The Premier League season's already kicked off. Obviously, we've seen Arsenal play, we've seen United play. There's not a lot to talk about as yet, but have you got any kind of like take-home thoughts from these first couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Arsenal game, the result was expected, but the way Arsenal kicked off the season, it was quite impressive. I think in the whole game, Coventry City had 4 touches in Arsenal's box. They just shut them out. They cut off the passes. They were really, really good and really up for it. As for Man United and Hull, is that going to be a shock, or are Man United just carrying on this inconsistency from last season?
It's a shock to me. It's a shock because the way they transformed themselves last season, and they became a high intensity, high pressure team. And I was reading again over the summer just about how hard they were being pushed in training and how much they were being told, look, we are going to be outworking, and when we play these games, we're going to be outworking any other team. And it seems from what I've read that they look quite off the pace. So who knows? I mean, it's very disrespectful, isn't it, to say, oh, they took Hull City lightly. I don't think we can accuse teams of doing stuff like that. But it's a shock, isn't it?
It is. It's obviously not the start Man United wanted. And for any Man United fans watching us today, commiserations on the result. But obviously, if there are any Hull fans out there, well done. That might be your first scalp in your adventure in the Premier League this season.
The good news is Man United are not bottom of the league. That title that goes to Coventry at the minute, doesn't it? So,
yeah, by one goal.
Who knows? By the end of the day, it could be anywhere. So today we're focusing on Notts Forest versus Leeds. That should kick off in a second. Some interesting stats here. Now, Forest they had a disappointing season last season, right? They the season before, they were outstanding, qualified for Europe, looking really, really strong. And then last season was really disappointing. But they, I think they were unbeaten in the last 9 Premier League games, or 9 out of the last 10 Premier League games. I've just lost the stat. They actually finished the season really, really strong last year. And I just wonder, if that's going to have a carryover. Who can you see winning today?
Between these two, See, Notts Forest are not too bad at coming back under pressure. But Leeds are, I mean, they've not got their keeper in there, although they might not want him now. I think Arsenal have him now. I think that Leeds have got this, how can I put, tenacity when they play. And you can't count them out of any game, really, Leeds.
Well, there are some teams that you always know you're going to get a physical game against. You know, Millwall, for example, being one. Wimbledon, back in the day, Leeds. You always know there's going to be, there's going to be some muscle flying around in there. Let's have a look at the Leeds side. Actually, I'm just looking at the starting lineup, and they are debuting 2 new signings. £10 million, Jer Kuna, 6'6" he is, centre back. £10 million. Sorry, not debuting, but he's fairly new. £10 million he costs, and also Igor Jesus, apparently.
Jesus, mate, Jesus.
Not today. He's not. This is going biblical. Yeah, and from Forest's point of view, James Trafford. Now that's an interesting signing. He played for Burnley when they were in the Premier League. Obviously, he's been to Man City since was Trafford, and there was a lot of question marks by Burnley fans over Trafford and his decision making. Now he went to Man City, and as a shot stopper, outstanding, and he did well for Man City. But Man City, he's playing with quality players around him. I wonder if his decision making is going to be called into question when he's playing at a slightly lower level here at Leeds. I wonder if it's going to be like it was James Calamity Trafford. A lot of the Burnley fans used to call him. So we shall see.
We've got another comment from Clive who thinks I think Man United in the relegation zone.
They absolutely are. Absolutely are. Now, let's just check your stream. Is your stream working?
Yes.
Okay. Then we might have a slight issue because mine isn't. But I'll go again. Preparing player. Maybe I just need a page refresh. And are you on the stand 14? Oh, no. We are up and running. We are up and running. There we go. So I'll just let it do its thing. I'll let it wake up. We've got it now. You might just need to fill in for me for 10 seconds here, Ledge, while I get the stream up and running.
Yeah, for anybody that's watching right now, we have got our socials up there. When I disappear, my picture that's just above the clock will reveal our X page, QR code. Obviously, if you want to follow us, you're on the page now anyway, but I'll put the address up on screen there. And in the top left-hand corner above Marcus's head, we've got our Discord server, which have just basically opened, so it's not very populated at the moment. But if you want to join us in there, you're all welcome.
All right, so fly around the other fixtures to see who we're keeping an eye on. We've already said Hull City 2, Man United 0, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0. We were talking about which game to focus on today, and I just couldn't bring myself to focus on that one. I have no interest in Everton Palace. No offense to anyone out there. Ipswich 0, Sunderland 0. Sunderland, what a season they had last year.
Yeah, you would say underdogs, but they're Sunderland always been one of them teams that flatters to deceive in the opposite direction, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's have a look what's going on. I'm going to try a different browser because something's going a little bit pear-shaped with this, but don't worry. It was working all fine last night, but take a quick look over to Ewood Park. Middlesbrough already dominating possession and shots, it would seem. Not a good sign for Blackburn Rovers. I think they're going to struggle today. And cancel that. This is not the start I was hoping for, but we will be with you in a second. Sorry about this, Ledge.
It's okay. I've got the feed anyway, just in case. Anyone who knows you knows that you go through a few technical issues during streams anyway, so it's not news to these regulars of yours.
Copy URL. I tried this last night and it was absolutely fine. I watched a bit of the Arsenal game on it. A little bit shaky, but it was fine. Right, let's try it on a different browser. That might be the issue. Of course, it is. Right.
Yeah, there you go. There's my first technical hitch. I was talking, but you couldn't hear me. So far, 4 minutes gone. Notts Forest 0, Leeds 0. It's been a bit scrappy, bit end to end. Notts Forest are having the lion's share of the play at the moment. They're on the attack now. They've got a throw in inside the
We
Leeds
are back.
half.
I've got it. We're up and running. I don't know
There you
what
go.
on earth happened there, but we are up and running. Okay, so yeah, right, you're right. So throwing out on the oh shit, and now it's gone again. Sorry, Ledge. My Leeds player seems not to be working.
It's fine, mate. If you want to try,
I'll try a different feed. And it looks, there we go. Right, so it's a throw in to Forest on the right hand side. It's a long throw in launched into the box. Bit of a scramble there, but I think there was some pushing and shoving. Right, we are good to go. That wasn't the start we were after. I was flapping there for a second. I didn't know what on earth was going on, but now we are up and running. So in the last, I think, I was looking at this before. Forest have really been on top in this fixture. I think remarkably, they haven't lost one in, I think, the last 14 top flight games against Leeds at home. The last 14 top flight games have been unbeaten. And this is actually the first fixture in 2 days between these two teams. They're going to be playing each other again in the EFL Cup just on Tuesday night. As I say, that goes out for a corner to Leeds. Or has it been given for a throw-in? Let's have a look. No, it's ball's rolling towards the corner flag. No, it has gone out for a throw-in.
just want to say hi to Steve Fisher in the chat. He's just come to laugh at the Manx, and he's gone to the effort of putting 3 poo emojis in there as well, which doesn't show on our screen for obvious reasons.
Well, I say what a shock that was. You know, Hull City favourites to go down, and I think what's more frustrating for the United fans is from everything I'm hearing. I'll be honest, I didn't get to watch as much of the game as I wanted to. Everything I'm hearing, Hull City just outworked Man United. They were fitter, they were stronger. Again, from what I'm hearing, so we will, we'll see now. Here we are, Leeds on the. Well, you're checking up any other scores, aren't you, there, Ledge? We've already got one up at Preston.
Yeah, it's just gone in on my screen. We haven't even got the goal scorer as yet. It might be. It's Fair Lopez for Wolves.
Tough game that for Preston today. They played Bolton last week and lost 2-1. And to be honest, they deserved it. You know, Bolton were so full of energy and intensity up till maybe the last 10 minutes when Bolton maybe started to sit back and Preston did pull one back. And actually, they could have levelled with the last touch of the game pretty much as they headed over from about 3 yards. But you know, you take that last 5 or 6 minutes out, and Bolton, I thought, looked absolutely outstanding. Worrying for Preston that actually you'd think in that local derby, Preston would want to be stamping some authority, and they looked like the side that had just come up. But anyway, we have a bit of head tennis on the left-hand side. The game doesn't really seem to have settled into much of a pattern yet. But yeah, I'll tell you if there's any chances. We're just passing it around the Forest back 4 at the minute. And along. Yeah. No, very scrappy. Let's have a look
just
around.
Just so I know, what time have you got on your feed? What's your internet speed?
6:30.
Oh, I'm a little bit in front of you.
Right, goal kick from Leeds. The ball's spending more time in the air than it is on the ground at the minute. I think it's a little bit scrappy. A little bit scrappy. It's not great to watch so far. So Michael Carrick needs to lose his job after losing. I tell you what, Clive, Michael Carrick will be furious. He took over last season, and I don't think anybody was prepared for the improvement he brought to Man United. And then, after the summer, after the time in the transfer window, you think, well, this really is his team now. It's his time to shine. Then to go out in the first game and lose to Hull City, a team who've just come up and the favourites for relegation, he will be absolutely fuming, I'm sure. I need to look at the extended highlights of that just to see. The stats do say that Man United had a much higher expected goals, a lot more shots. If you were looking at the stats purely, it looks like a smash and grab job, but that's not what I'm getting from the comments. Anyway, we've got a free kick to Leeds on the right-hand side of the box. It looks like Aina that's going to put it in on his left foot. I might be wrong.
Okay, we've got a goal at St Mary's. Southampton 1, Stoke City 0. Kyle Lauren.
Southampton, of course, on -4 points. They will be guaranteed to be bottom of the championship today, no matter what happens. In comes the free kick. It's a deep one. It's dealt with, and the ball is eventually back with the Leeds keeper in no time. No time because my video stream stuttered. So, who do we support? If you are in the chat, just let us know. Let's just have a look. Yeah, Southampton. I mean, I don't know with Southampton how they will have recovered from the shock ending of last season, being booted out the playoffs. They were absolutely outstanding that second half of the season. Southampton last year, to me, they were the best side in the division by a long way. I remember they played Arsenal in the cup, and they were so close to putting Arsenal out. They showed that they could mix it with the Premier League big boys. And I was absolutely convinced they were going to win those playoffs. But now they're sat bottom of the championship.
Okay, goal at the London Stadium. It's 1-0 to Charlton against West Ham. And the goal scorer is Lloyd Jones.
West Ham, I don't know how long Santos is going to stay at West Ham. We talked in the week. West Ham 2, Burnley 2 last week. West Ham were 2-0 up. They looked okay. Against Burnley. They were dominating the ball, but defensively, when they looked so fragile, on the rare occasions Burnley did get possession, it was just too easy for them to create a good chance. They could have been 3-1 up with just 3 chances at halftime, Burnley. And then when West Ham got their second, instead of trying to keep up, that possession football, for some reason they decided just to sit back in their own box for the last 15 minutes, and they ended up conceding twice, and deservedly so. They could have conceded 4 or 5 in that spell alone. Obviously they've gone down last year. Santos is there. Is he the man still to be leading West Ham, to be guiding them? I don't know. Today's result won't be doing him any favors. Steve Fish says Blackburn's losing. I bloody oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, just yeah. Jeremy Sarmiento. It was a left-footed shot from the centre of the box, right into the corner, mate.
I don't want to do this anymore.
You're 2 weeks in,
I mean, right, we're losing. I'm going bollocks. Okay, I was hoping for a hard-fought draw today. I went to Ewood Park last year when we played Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough took the entire Darwen end, the entire away end. Their fans were amazing. We ground out a 0-0 draw, and Middlesbrough absolutely sang the place out. It's like a home game for Middlesbrough. There was kind of like a semi-boycott on from Blackburn fans at the time, on a turn the taps off protest, trying to show the Venkies that they wouldn't financially support the club, unless the Venkies started pulling the fingers out and doing the basics right. But anyway, let's get back to the Forest game. Not a lot going on. A little bit of a dodgy back pass from Forest, nearly capitalised on by Leeds, but it is quite a scrappy game. The ball is over to Murillo on the left. Forest just passing it around to Williams, Nico Williams, who my wife has taught one of his cousins, actually. Both me and my wife have done tutoring at various different football clubs for the academy players. We were teachers for a long time. And yeah, I won't say who it was, but my wife has taught one of Nico Williams' relatives.
Okay,
Anyway.
Goal at Wrexham. It's Watford 1, Wrexham 0. Goal scorer was Luca Kieramgard for Watford.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Watford. I don't know what to expect, really, from Watford this season. But, sorry, something was just happening here. But ultimately, it's come to nothing. Right, Maramovic on the left. Leeds playing some... it was going to look promising there. A little bit of nice little pass and play on the left-hand side. But it's gone out for a throw to Forest. Should be taken... I don't know who. Okay, so Leeds have it. Looking at the BBC lineup, Leeds look like they're playing a 3-4-2-1. But hang on, I'll just break off from that because there is a chance. No, and it's cleared. But it looks more like, from an aerial view, like a 2-5-2-1 when Leeds have got the ball. They seem to be putting a bit of high press on. Right, let's see what else is happening around the grounds. Am I interested in? Obviously, Middlesbrough beating Blackburn. Yeah, Derby 0, Cardiff 0. Derby, John Eustace's Derby. They've bought Ryan Hedges, another Blackburn player. If we look at Derby County's lineup today, obviously John Eustace, ex-Blackburn manager. If we look at the team Derby County have got, in fact, there's only one there at the minute. There's only one. But at one point, there was about 6 ex-Blackburn Rovers players in the first team. But it is only Travis today. So, interesting guy, John Eustace. Interesting guy. Certainly had an impact at Derby, though. Certainly had an impact. Right, so Leeds do seem to be the team pressing. I'm going to be honest. And yeah, ball ends up with Sells in the Forest goal. But yeah, Leeds do seem to be pressing. They seem to be having more joy down that right-hand side. Bogle and Stack combining nicely with Wilson on the right-hand side. Some nice little interplay between them. But other than that, it is pretty scrappy. I wouldn't say Route 1, but still. I think the problem Forest are showing here is the persisting with this passing the ball out the back. I've already said Leeds look like they're playing almost a 2-5-2-1, really pressing high. And Forest, if they just took a long goal kick, that might change the pattern of the game. But they're not. They're persisting with passing and trying, from the goal kick, passing it out and trying to play out from the back. And they're just being pressed out the game at the minute. Having said that, that was a long ball at that point. And here do come Forest, Sangara. Where are we at now? Williams on the left. No. It's not really coming to anything. Gibbs White, actually, ball breaks. Nah, it's gone out for a throw-in. Not a great deal. A Blackburn 10-1 up yet, Ledge?
You might be hoping it is, but no, there's been no change in the score. It's still 1-0 to Middlesbrough.
And nothing in any of the other Premier League fixtures so far. Having said that, what a save that is. I was looking at I'm not quite sure who set that up, but there was a cross from the right-hand side from Forest. And I think it was Jesus with the header. I only just glanced last minute. That was a fantastic save from Trafford. I said he's a good shot stopper. He got a lot of stick when he was at Burnley for his decision-making at the back. I don't think he was terrible at Man City. I think he was well respected as a shot stopper. Obviously, he's moved on from there, but that was a fantastic save. That justifies his price tag. That was a header looking destined for the top corner and top left corner, and a really, really good save. One for the cameras there from Trafford. Right. A little bit of something scrappy. Aina, it looks... Is that Aina? Oh, dirty bass. Dirty. Aina with a... I'm just watching a replay of that save. And actually, it is Jesus with the header. And what a save by Trafford there. Who looks a little bit like Shia LaBeouf did when he was in Indiana Jones, just with slightly longer hair. So if you're an Indiana Jones fan, you can picture that in your mind.
I'd almost forgotten you like to throw in your movie references.
There'll be plenty of them. Oh, VAR are looking now on that Aina foul, actually, to see if it's a red card. You might judge by my reaction that I thought it was nasty. It was. He's led with his left foot on the challenge that was nowhere near the ball, and he's who's that? He's left it on. I can't quite tell who he's left it on, but he's caught him right on the ankle, and to me, it looks like studs. I think the VAR check is over, and it will just be a yellow card. It wasn't clear and obvious that, he didn't catch him with his studs cleanly. It wasn't a clear and obvious error, but it was a very... If he had have clipped his leg with that, that could have been a lovely broken ankle there, I think. But still. Here we have the free kick for Leeds. And it's from far out, but it's belted to the edge of the Forest box. It's headed out comfortably and back into the Leeds half. And ultimately back to to Trafford. It takes a long goal kick forward. Nice little flick on, and that'll be knocked out for a Leeds throw on the right-hand side, level with the 6-yard box.
So halfway through the first half, nearly, again, there's been no increase in the score. Since last time I checked, the other games in the Premier League are still 0-0. So the most exciting game so far has been the whole game against Man United.
Yeah, it's worth talking about that one as well. I wonder what Carrick was saying. That was a long throw for Leeds. It was flicked on. There's a bit of ping pong in the box, and I think that's now gone for a corner. Wow. Yeah, Leeds are looking the confident side, I'll be honest. Like I said, Forest went 9 out I think they went unbeaten in the last 9. Even though they finished 16th, unbeaten in the last 9 of last season. You think they'd come in with a bit of confidence from that, but it does look like Leeds. Nice little flick on from the corner. Does look like Leeds are the team with confidence. Having said that, that's a lovely little run on here. Gibbs White on the left-hand side. Crossed into Jesus, but it's going to be plucked out the air by Trafford. That was some nice work from Gibbs White there. And then Leeds come back down the right-hand side, trying to build a little bit of flow to the game eventually, but it's won back by Forest, and then out for a throw-in. The game's waking up a little bit. Right, let's just give that a quick refresh. And some lovely play there. Excuse me. What is that all about? Talking about the Championship early on. Birmingham City 2, Bristol City 2. Final score. Lincoln City, the almost heroics at Middlesbrough last week. They led 1-0 for such a long time. No such repeat of that today. They went down at home 3-1 to Portsmouth. 2-0 down. They pulled one back, but ultimately down to 3-1. And Millwall beat Norwich 3-0. Those are obviously full times. This game continues, though, with Leeds being the team that's pressing. And they win the ball back again, but only for about 2 seconds. Wrexham 1, Watford 1. I fancy this. I fancy this year to be a year for Wrexham to impress. It's only a matter of time before Wrexham go up, I think, with the budget they've got. I know they've got to stick with financial fair play, etc. But
yeah, it was the goal scored by Imre in the 22nd minute.
Any other goals?
Well, not that I've seen. Everything's as it was.
Oh, excuse me. Right. Just a little bit of break of play here. It's another free kick to Leeds. They've got the box packed. Looks like it's going to be a long one. Maybe this is about 45 yards out, 50 yards. This is Roberto Carlos Le Tournois territory. It's pretty much in that spot where he scored that just unbelievable free kick. But this time, it's pinged into the box. That wasn't a bad delivery, but it's pinged straight back out again. And
we have a goal at Ipswich. It's Ipswich 1, Sunderland 0. I haven't got a goal scorer yet.
So the promoted teams so far today looking all right. Yeah, Ipswich and Hull, both with good starts of the day so far for Ipswich. Sunderland, what a season they had last season for a team that had just got promoted. Don't know if they'll be able to sustain that, but excuse me.
Okay. Steve Fisher's posted Leeds 1-0, but I'm not getting that on this live screen.
I think we're a little bit behind there, but let's have a look.
And I have 2 feeds. So I have what you're watching, and I have an up-to-date one.
Unless that's a prediction, but I guess we'll find out. Here come Forest. No, it's broken to Leeds. A little ball pinged over the top. That's a chipped Bratato that we learnt last week.
Yeah, it's just been ruled offside. There was no goal. You'll see it soon, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're a good couple of minutes behind you. Oh. I'm waiting for it now. Derby County. Sorry, go on.
Perhaps we should get Steve Fisher into the studio, as he's obviously in front of us. Well, in front of you, anyway.
They come Leeds now. It is pinged over to the right side. That's a lovely ball in, and I've got a feeling that's going to be ruled offside. I think.
Your football knowledge astounds me.
Let's have a look at how the stats are lining up over at Ewell Park. Expected goals for Blackburn Rovers, 0.47. Expected goals for Middlesbrough, 0.4. 3 shots for Blackburn, 6 for Middlesbrough. Although Blackburn have had 2 on target compared to Middlesbrough's just 1. Touches inside the box, Blackburn 5, Middlesbrough 13. So it looks like Middlesbrough, and possession-wise, Middlesbrough just over 60%. So it looks like Middlesbrough are seeing far more of the ball. But actually, when Blackburn have got it, they're doing at least something with it. I think they just need to do a little bit more. Excuse me. Right, yeah, it was Wilson with the ruled out goal for Leeds. Let's have a little look at the table. Not the Premier League table, obviously. We'll have a look at the Championship table. We'll see. Millwall. If everything stays as it is, Millwall and Charlton Athletic, who had such a bad season last year, will be top. Level, actually, with Middlesbrough on 6 points. Right down at the bottom, we'd have Southampton, who will be on -3. So that tells me there's been an equaliser then in the Southampton game. What's the score over there, Ledge? Of course, Southampton going down last week as well. I thought they'd be hitting the ground running, but obviously not. The only other teams that won't have picked up any points if the score stays as they are Preston, Lincoln, and Norwich. I think Lincoln are in for a long season. Preston surprised me with how poor they were against Bolton last week, if I'm to be honest. Anyway, as it stands, it is a free kick to Leeds. No, to Forest, sorry, over on the left-hand side. Sheila Booth, a.k.a. Trafford, looking commanding in the box. Well, what? Excuse me. The jury's out over there at Derby on John Eustace. I mean, when he moved to Blackburn just over a season ago, moved from Blackburn to Derby just over a season ago. Derby were in the drop zone. They looked for all the world as if they were going to go down. He managed to keep them up. Last season, they weren't too far off playoffs as a shot comes in there for Forest just wide of the post from distance. They weren't too far off the playoffs. And Derby fans seem to be getting a little bit frustrated with him. His shopping strategy seems to be raiding players who used to play for Blackburn. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Yes, he probably has bought the majority of what would have been our best players under him. But even at that point, Blackburn weren't. We weren't seriously challenging for promotion. So he's obviously got the players that he's took with him. Obviously, had a lot of respect from him. But I don't think the Derby fans think. I think they're grateful for what he's done. But I think they're wondering why. Can he not take them further? And you're not going to do that buying the likes of Ryan Hedges from Blackburn. Anyway, very little happening in this game. Forest still, Forest are still just pinging it around their own penalty area and just being pressed out of this game. Not a good look. Another goal kick, which is taken short again. And surprise, surprise, Forest don't even get halfway in their own half before the ball's gone out and for a Leeds throw. And Leeds have the ball back again. I don't understand what they're doing. It's starting to wind me up. I'll be honest. I don't understand why Forest are saying, look, we obviously can't play out from the back because we're being pressed so hard and we're giving the ball away every single time. So what we're going to do, we're going to play out from the back again, and we're going to play out from the back again and the back again. And this game is just boring the hell out of me. Anyway, Forest do have the ball in the Leeds half for once. They're not doing out with it. I'm not being very complimentary towards Forest right now. I'll be honest. It's got out for a Leeds goal kick. So let's have a look at Wolves and Preston. Check out the stats there. Okay, right. Wolves 1, Preston 0. Preston 0, Wolves 1. Preston with the majority of the possession, actually, and the majority of the shots. They've just not mustered one on target. So if we were to look at the stats, Preston are well in the game. But, there's only one stat that counts, obviously. How about this for a late equaliser in the game between Birmingham City and Bristol later on? It looked like a good game, actually. Bristol City went 1-0 up after 33 minutes, then scored an own goal. So it was 1 apiece just before half-time. It stayed 1 apiece until 5 minutes before full-time when Bristol City went 2-1 up. And they must have thought that was that. Until 10 minutes later, in the 5th minute of injury time, Birmingham awarded a penalty and levelled at 2-2. Looked like an interesting game, that one. Excuse me. Right. Not a great deal happening.
I'm going to make a suggestion at half time that you go to the nearest corner shop and get yourself some Red Bull.
I need a big. I've just been for a long run. That's what I do a bit of work on a Saturday morning, and then I go for a long run before I do this. And I think my body's saying I might have just done a little bit too much. Right, long throw from Forest. Come to nothing. Bit of head tennis in the box, and the ball's back with Trafford. 32 and a half minutes played. I have it. I think we're a little bit behind everyone else. Right, let's see what the people on Twitter are saying about Man United. Let's see what's being said. King Henri says, that's Man United's title charge over. Thanks for participating, guys. Always a pleasure. He's happy with that. Aidan Kalisa says, Man United will now be dreaming of going unbeaten through the season, with a laughy emoji. He's obviously happy. Here we go. Mohammed. No, I don't think I can read that one. That's a little bit rude. I'll find some more funny ones later. Right. Anyway, here are Leeds on the left-hand side. Actually dispossessed. Forest might have a chance to get forward for once. Bit of positive play. And it's pinged out on the right-hand side, but not for long. Just when I thought it was going to open up. Just when I thought it was going to open up. Ball is with, is that Doy? Over to Gibbs White on the right-hand side. Couldn't get his shot off. And in fact, he's given a free kick away. Oh, no, it wasn't. That was Williams, sorry. Not telling those two apart is pretty poor. Yeah, he's given a free kick away to Leeds. Which should be taking a second. Excuse me. Plays down, getting a bit of treatment. Any hope at Ewood Park, Ledge, or are Blackburn still getting firmly beat?
I wouldn't say they're getting firmly beat, but they are getting beat. But no, there's not been no change in the score, so that could be positive for your guys.
Yeah, I like to defend a 1-0 deficit. A lot of head tennis. If I was to sum up this game so far, Forest Leeds, boring would be one. I'll be honest. It's a pretty boring game. I can think of the Trafford save from Jesus, maybe on about the 18-minute mark, something like that. And I can't think of anything else, obviously, apart from the goal that Leeds had chalked for offside. And I think that they are two bits of this game where I could say there was a little bit of quality. The rest of it has been boring. It's been head tennis. It's been scrappy. It's rubbish. Really rubbish game. Physical game, but rubbish.
Okay, we have a goal at Derby. I've got the score yet, but it's Cardiff that have taken the lead 2-1. Cardiff Derby.
And how did Derby do last week? I can't quite remember. Let's have a look at the fixtures. So, Saturday, Derby counter. Yeah, of course, they lost to Charlton Athletic, which was a poor result. Derby fans, like I've alluded to, pretty vocal about John Eustace at the minute.
And we've got another goal. They're going in left, right, and centre. There's an equaliser for Sunderland at Ipswich.
Man, I thought you were going to say an equaliser for Blackburn at Ewood Park.
Oh, I will always keep you on edge. I'll mention the match right at the end just to get your hopes up.
God. Well, Forest doing well. Boyne Even the Leeds team to tears now. Don't seem to be pressing quite as highly. This is an awful game. Awful game. I'm trying to make it sound. I mean, I don't think I can make it sound interesting. It's so boring. I'm having a look at the scores in League One and League Two.
I can see the goal scorer for Cardiff City was Youssef Salek.
Okie dokie. Yeah, Cardiff City. How did they do last season?
Oh, and the goal scorer for Sunderland was Angulo, and apparently it was a really, really well taken shot. Probably one to watch on Match of the Day later.
Forest with a bit of possession on the left-hand side. Again, it's nothing's getting anywhere. It's just cheap free kick being given away. Constantly. Spending more time here with the play being broken up. Palace just hit the post against Everton. So, guessing you're a Liverpool fan, judging by your icon there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a giveaway, that, isn't it?
Excuse me.
I think if you could sum up this game, you would probably just yawn again, wouldn't you?
I would. Maybe it's not the run. Maybe it's the game. That it's not the 8 miles I've just done. It's the 38 minutes I've just watched of this. So, Bolton drawing away at QPR, like I alluded to before. That was a great result from last week. This game here, they look like they're under the cosh. QPR about 57% possession with 8 shots compared to Bolton's 1, and 6 of those on target. Vast majority of the possession, and 19 touches inside Bolton's box compared to 2 touches for Bolton. So, yeah, 0-0. But it looks like Bolton are under the cosh. As we do have actually looked like a nice little cross whipped in from Aina for Forest on the right-hand side. Towards Williams. Has he headed it over, or did that come off a defender? Let me have a look one more time. We're going to get a corner. So it's over on the right-hand side to Aina, whipped in, and yeah, that's not going to be a corner. That is headed. That is a corner. It must have come off the defender then.
We have a goal at Everton, and I believe it's Everton 1, Crystal Palace 0.
They survive Palace hitting the post to go on and take the lead themselves.
Yeah, it was Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
That was a fantastic looking corner whipped in from Forest on the right. That was a bit of quality. Nothing has come of it. The ball is ping-ponging around the Leeds box. They do finally manage to get it clear, actually, but that was a bit of quality for once. Maybe that will wake Forest up a little bit. Oof. Right, the ball is over on the right side. McAtee. Back to Kuna. Not a great deal. Not a great deal happening. Then back to Sells in goal. So. Not a great deal happening.
Obviously, for those watching us, the stream that you're seeing is a little delayed as well. So the latency involved in getting the results to you quicker is a nightmare. So please bear with us.
Yeah, when whatever we say, by the time it's gone through YouTube and then come to you, there's been a delay, and I think we're watching a stream with a slight delay. So. It don't matter. I think this game could go on for another 6 hours and no one will score. It is absolutely pants. Absolutely pants. I'm just going to say it as it is. It is shocking. Charlton still beating West Ham. What a result for Charlton last week. But what a result that will be today. And what would that say about the Burnley game last week? If West Ham are actually that bad, and it wasn't a case that Burnley have got themselves a decent point, against a good side.
You tipped West Ham to go back up.
I did, and I still believe they will. But I don't think Santos is going to be with them to the end of the season. I think without Santos, they'd have won that game comfortably last week. I think it was so tactically naive. So tactically naive. But, or desperate. Or tactically desperate. So we are kind of approaching injury time. I do need to go and get myself a big drink of water when half time hits.
I'm just going to put Clive's last thing on there because, as puns go, I suppose he's on form.
Man United took one hull of a beating. I love it, mate. I love it. Aronson for Leeds on the left-hand side. Now plays it into the box. Nothing happens. In fact, it might break for Forest. And Gibbs White wins a throw-in on the right-hand side. No. Forest, I mean, I'll be honest, they look good from corners. They do look a threat when they get a corner. But other than that, I'm not sensing any threat whatsoever at all. So scrappy. Yeah, and they've just given away another free kick. Let's dive deep into League One. Let's see how Tranmere Rovers are doing. Blackpool, 2-0 up at Stockport County. Leicester, my word, Leicester City, ex-Premier League champions, ex-championship strugglers, down to 10 men and 2-1 down. At home to Burton Albion. Burton Albion, who Blackburn Rovers, if I can just bring that up, did beat in the League Cup just 2 weeks ago. Let's have a look. League One. Where are Leicester? Yeah, Leicester only drew last week as well. Not a great start in League One for Leicester at all. If they can come back from 1-0 down with, or is it, did I say 2-1? Let's have a look. I've lost it now. But anyway, they're a goal down to 10 men as well. Yeah, 2-1 down.
I think we can put people out of the misery and get you on for your splash of water. It's now half-time at the City Ground. Right,
it's half-time at City Ground. Then I assume it's going to be half-times in most places. I go and get myself a nice big drink of orange cordial and a biscuit maybe. I'll fill you in. I will tell you what I've had for my snack and drink.
Do you have any adrenaline shots at your house? Just to keep you awake during the match.
I'll be. I think I've probably run a little bit too far. I'll be full of energy and beans in the second half. I'll go and get my water, and we will be back in 10 minutes?
About 10 minutes. We'll see you the other side.
See you the other side. Welcome back. I had some crisps and some water, and I absolutely loved it. It's 0-0 at the City Ground, and it's not been entertaining. I'm going to be honest. Leeds have perhaps been the more physical. They've been the more the team that's played with a higher intensity, the higher press. Forest are just too intent to play the ball out the back, and the amount I've lost count now. The amount of times I've had a goal kick, and they've not managed to get the ball past the halfway line with the way they're playing. I really have. Anyway, 0-0 at half time. Leeds had a goal chalked off for offside. Forest did create one chance, a header in the box from Jesus, which resulted in producing a good save from Trafford in the Leeds goal. But that's I think that's pretty much all I can think of for Forest. They've looked most dangerous when they've had a corner kick, and not dangerous at all at any other point. Going around the grounds, there's only one other place to go. That's Ewood Park. Blackburn Rovers apparently have not been playing too badly against Middlesbrough, despite being 1-0 down at home. So that's encouraging. What score takes your fancy, Ledge? What have you seen?
I don't know. I think in the direction game of the Championship looks like it's on a knife edge. Everton is starting really well. But definitely not the City Ground.
No, that's definitely not been one. Let's have a look what we see. Obviously, Hull City beating Manchester United 2-0 earlier on. Ipswich Town, another team just to come up our level now with Sunderland, 1 apiece at half time. Still not a bad start for Ipswich so far. Derby County 2-1 down to Cardiff City. Derby also lost last week. John Eustace will be under some early pressure if they start the season with 2 defeats. and Charlton Athletic winning away at West Ham. I wasn't convinced with West Ham's performance against Burnley last week. I've been critical of the way they approached it tactically, certainly in the latter half of the game. In the first part of the game, I thought they got it right. They were just poor at the back. I don't know what the stats are in that game, but that will be some serious pressure for Santos if West Ham go down to a defeat in the first home game of the season. They've had 8 shots to Charlton's 5, expected goals of 0.47 compared to Charlton's 0.38. Doesn't look to be much in it, stats-wise. But there we go. Right, well, we are just waiting for the second half to kick off at the City Ground. Hopefully, my God, hopefully somebody will bring some life into this fixture. Or a defib machine. Yeah, absolutely. Last season, Leeds only picked up 15 away points, which was the 3rd total in the Premier League. Obviously, they're away today. They do look the better side. But, yeah, historically, they have been pretty poor away. Forest, of course, on the 5th manager in the last 12 months. That's pretty poor stability. Right. What are we waiting for? Come on, guys.
What's been the standout transfer so far for you?
What's been the standout transfer? I don't know. I mean, Rodri leaving for Barcelona looks like it's going to be a big loss, isn't it? But other than that, I'm not too sure. Brian Hedges to Derby County.
Oh, hang on. Is the West Ham game finished? Hang on. Why is that saying it's
it's half time.
It can't just be half time.
Yeah, still half time.
Oh, that's weird. It just says finished. Finished 0-1.
Is it?
It
What have you seen that on?
I have loads of flash score up there. They're all coming up finished. I don't know if that's just what their words are. I'll just take that with a pinch of salt then.
Right, Santo. I can't see him finishing the season. Can you?
No. The thing is, it's too early, and there's the old story where teams will just hang on to a manager. I mean, my philosophy is you've got to give the manager plenty of time. You're not going to win every game. It's just how you build that team up to actually compete. But obviously, if he's losing all his games, then you obviously need to address that. But
yeah, you got to give the manager a chance. I agree with you on that, but it's difficult. How long should you give him? How long?
He's a bit of a journeyman manager anyway, isn't he?
He's bounced around a few clubs, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a bit like Sam Allardyce. Remember him?
Oh, a lot of respect for Sam Allardyce. A lot of respect. The teams are coming out now at the City Ground. So we should be kicking off any minute now. Right, predictions for tonight's game. We have Spurs away at Brentford. What do you reckon?
Oh, I think Brentford probably will edge that 2-1. They'll get a sneaky goal about 10 minutes from time.
Now, Spurs so close to going down last season. That was a shock for me because I've not really been keeping tabs on what was going on at Spurs. You know, being a Blackburn fan, I was mainly concentrating on the Championship. And then, of course, Spurs, they just about pipped West Ham as a team to stay up, didn't they? What's gone wrong at Spurs? Why were they so poor last season?
Well, there's a term now, Spursy. I think it's become a verb. in the English language to describe something Spurs-like. I don't know, really. To be fair, they have had some good players, they've had some good managers, and they just don't seem to break through. They won a. Did they win the Europa League in the last few years?
I think
I'm
they
sure they
did.
won something, didn't they? So they've had a little bit of success here and there, but consistency, I think, is a problem for Spurs. Except for being consistently Spursy, as it were.
But for to be battling relegation, to be so close to relegation, something's gone catastrophically wrong for them there, isn't it?
I think maybe it's one of those. Has the manager lost the dressing room? Have the players stopped playing? Oh, we have a goal at Ewood Park. It's an equaliser for Blackburn.
Get in. Who was it? Who was it?
Have a guess.
Good Johnson.
It it was. I ain't gonna score yet.
It was Good Johnson. It's just come up. There he is.
Yeah.
Getting in there, my
Yeah,
man.
it's just gone.
Get it now. Good Johnson spent a lot of time out injured after we bought him. And, he could have moved on to other clubs. But he came back and said, I am going to stick with Blackburn Rovers and show that I can score some goals for them. He recognised that, we'd shelled out for him. We showed our faith in him. He couldn't play. He couldn't deliver what he knew he wanted to deliver, in what he knew he could deliver because he was injured. And he's come back and he's gone, you know what? I'm not moving on. I'm going to stay and repay Blackburn Rovers. And he certainly has. 3 goals in 3 games. He came on as a substitute against Burton Albion. Bang, in the back of the net. Take that, Albion. He came on against Wolves last week. Bang, have that when we went 2-1 up. And against Middlesbrough. I was reading at half-time, and as good as Middlesbrough are, it seems to be from those watching the game on Twitter that Middlesbrough are dominating the possession, but actually the better chances are falling to Blackburn. Tony Mowbray seems to have a decent game plan for hitting them on the break.
And it's been ruled out for a foul in the box.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm going if that's happened. Forest on the what am I saying? Forest doing nothing with the ball, to be honest. Nothing of any note whatsoever. But that's a nice little pinged through ball ping cross into the ball to Aina. He's managing to keep hold of it on the right-hand side, level with the box. He's trying to get past the defender. He can't. Plays the ball back to Kuna, and then it's drifted in.
We've got a goal at Derby, an equaliser for Derby against Cardiff City. Bobby Clark with a goal.
Derby County fans will be happy with that one. Meanwhile, here, shouts for a penalty for Leeds, but the foul has gone the other way. Aina, who I never realised, I watched CIA last night with The Rock and Kevin Hart, and it's a great film, by the way, if you've not seen it. And just looking at Aina there, he looks so much like Kevin Hart. It's untrue.
You just can't say his name in the plural, can you?
Kevin Hart's. Anus. No. Oh, sorry, Anus. Oh, love it. I got Trafford with the long goal kick. Trafford looks a bit like Shia LaBeouf. It's a celebrity game. Mind, they should all be celebrities. Forest. Again, a little ping ball over the top. I don't think... Oh, no, that's gone for a free kick or a throw-in for Leeds, I think. But, right, no, I'm happy with that, mate. I'm happy with that. 1-1. I would take a draw. To play Wolves and Middlesbrough in the first 2 games of the season, to come away unbeaten from both of them, if we can, would be very, very promising. It really would be.
And my tip, and I believe your tip for relegation from there is Lincoln, who lost 3-1 to Portsmouth. So they're sticking to the script, aren't they?
They are, absolutely. Some more head tennis. Very little is happening. What I'd say in this game is Forest seem to have more of the ball in the Leeds half. than they did in the first half. They seem to be pressing a bit high, which is what's needed. I mean, if I can see from here, that Forest were just playing too deep, taking too many chances around their own half instead of just getting the ball forward. But here we have a little bit of a break from Leeds, actually, over with Aronson on the right and left-hand side, but he can't keep it in, and it has gone for a throw-in to Forest. North of the border, a couple of games postponed, both Rangers game and Celtics game postponed. Do we know why?
It's probably snowing up there, mate.
Yeah, probably. Aina with the throw-in on the left-hand side. Bit of head tennis. Oh no. 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 Ball broke in the box for Calvert-Lewis, but he's just fired it over. That was awful. I could have done better than that. Right, so Notts Forest 0, Leeds 0. Bit of a bore draw so far. Wolves still winning at Preston. Preston will be in the drop zone, I'd imagine, after this game. If that stays as is, along with Lincoln and Southampton. A free kick won in a dangerous position for Leeds. The referee's getting his cards out. Who's he booking here? Well, he's not booking the Leeds man for diving, is he? No, he is not. That is a booking for Kuna. And you know what? I think the challenge itself, I think if that's in midfield, he's not getting a booking for that. Maybe it's because of where it was and the chance that he's stubbed out. I don't know. But if that's in midfield, he's not getting a booking for that. Are you taking the piss? Get in! Get in! Oh, no, it's one. It says 1-1 here. You are taking the piss. No. Just while I'm waiting for it to update here, just so I can be confident. Scottish Game says Clive. Go on. Is it? Good on him. He needs a bit of confidence. Well done. Well done. Clive Wells says Scottish Games were postponed because of unconfirmed of some sort of fiery ball of light in the sky. It's in the sun. You know what? I'll take a draw. I'll take a draw against Middlesbrough. I said that. I said that all week. I'll take a draw against Middlesbrough, but we're winning. So screw you, Middlesbrough, for now until you come back and inevitably upset me. Here come Leeds. It's pinged off to the left. Is that Gibbs White? Sorry, Gibbs White. I mean Aronson. Anyway, nothing come of it. Nothing come. Interesting though. Long goal kick from. Go on. Oh, what a poor start for West Ham. What a poor start. That is, they'll not be happy down there. What I've noticed about Forest is they seem to be taking that longer goal kick now. I think they've abandoned their idea of just passing it around the back, which, again, probably explains why they're seeing more of the ball inside the Leeds half. They've got a goal kick here free kick here, 45 yards out, maybe. They're going to drift into the box. Everton having to pay Burnley £40 million for Burnley going down the season that Everton were found to have breached financial fair play rules. That's a hell of they've had their own fine and they had the punch deduction, but then to have to shell out another £40 million, and Burnley weren't the only club they paid out either. That's been a very expensive do for Everton. I wonder how that's going to affect the movement in the transfer window this season. As we speak, Forest looking a little bit livelier. Lovely ball into the box. I can't see. Is that Gibbs White? I think whose header was just slightly off target. But yeah, Forest looking a lot better. The long goal kicks into the Leeds half, and then suddenly Leeds are having, they've got some defending to do. They're not putting themselves under pressure. But having said that, shot from outside the box for Leeds. It takes a clip off the defender and ultimately comes to nothing. Game's livening up a little bit here, though. Definitely livening up a little bit. And so am I, actually. I had my drink and my crisps at half time. I haven't yawned once. Let's see. Let's have a look at the Premier League. Why not have a look at the Premier League table? Let's do it. So Arsenal, top of the league, still with 3 points, along with Everton and Hull City and Ipswich Town in fourth with 1 point. Hull City, of course, with 3. What a start for them. Right down at the bottom, we have Coventry City, Manchester United and Palace occupying the relegation zone. And all the other teams, pretty much in between, haven't played yet.
Yeah, some juicy games tomorrow. Brighton, Villa, Man City, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Liverpool. A lot of eyes will be on City after the Community Shield performance to see if they can get back to winning ways against Bournemouth at home. I reckon they should do it. What do you think?
I think so. I think so, for sure. I think tomorrow, let's have a look at all of them. I think City, if they don't beat Bournemouth, that'll be a shock, I think, tomorrow. The big game for me, Newcastle, Liverpool. I'm interested to see how the new man gets on at Liverpool with, just see. I'm having a brain fart. Give me a second.
I think you're interested because we made a video about a month or so back on this channel about how Marcus thinks that Areola will not be in a job at the end of the season. If anybody else has got any comments on that, put them below. Let's hear your thoughts.
I wanted to. My head was saying Aniona. I think I know he's not. He's not called that. I just couldn't. I was having a brain fart. Couldn't pull his name out. I think he's a talented manager. I think he's made big differences wherever he's gone. I just think there's something a bit more rotten in that Liverpool changing room that, similar to how when Fergie left United, it seemed to be too much for anyone that walked in, too much for Moyes, too much for anybody that came in. That club, there was something rotten there. That manager could never really establish a hold over the dressing room. And I don't think it's definitely, certainly Areola's fault. I think he's a good manager, but I don't think it's going to go his way for those reasons.
Well, didn't Slot win the Premier League in his first season?
He did, yeah. And then it all fell apart. Clive Wells, I agree with you. There's probably just enough time between now and the end of the season for United to claw themselves out the drop zone. Maybe, who knows? But Hull establishing themselves as firm title challengers today for sure. That's a joke, by the way. Leeds, anyway, I've not talked too much about the game because not a great deal has happened. But Leeds have just given the ball away to Forest. This is dangerous on the edge of the area. That's a nice little through ball through to Williams, who has chipped it. I don't know whether that was a cross or he was trying to chip it over the keeper into the top corner. I don't know what that was, but it's kind of just evaded everybody and gone out for a goal kick. So, right. 4-9. Okay. I'm looking forward to West Brom Burnley tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I think West Brom. I don't know. I fancy West Brom to do better than people suspect this season, and I want to see with West Ham getting beat today. That puts the Burnley's draw with them last season into last week into a slightly different light. So I want to see what Burnley have really got. Stick them away at West Brom, and let's see what they can do. Hopefully, not a lot. I might hate watch that. Right. Anyway, the ball is getting back with the goalkeeper for a Forest goal kick. This time they do play it short again. And surprise, surprise, they don't get out their own half. But now they do. Now they do. Nadoya. Oh, no, that's Aina, sorry. Sangare, who pings one from distance, and that is, I could do that. Have you got clown shoes on, mate, or what? I could do that. I don't know what that was. Sometimes we watch a professional shoot and they do something like that. You think, are you taking the piss? I don't know what that was. Chris Wood is coming on. Chris Wood, who season before last had the highest conversion rate in Europe at one point for chances to goals. Chris Wood. But he started the game on the bench today. But here he comes, looking confident. Nadea is off. And we'll see. We'll see what it can make. But at least it's a positive sign from Forest that they bring in a striker on. They're going for it. West Brom versus Moss Isley. Yeah. I like that. Bit of a Star Wars reference. Okay. One goal kick from Trafford for Leeds. But it's coming straight back at them. It was. What kind of a challenge was that? Gibbs White taken down. That looked like a foul to me, but the referee's not having any of it and allows Leeds to come away with the ball. They're not in any dangerous position, but they're certainly blown up for that one. Or maybe I'd have been gullible. Maybe it was a dive and I'd have been gullible. Not doing anything with the ball. It does seem to be Forest who are pressing more now. And Woods has won the ball back because that's a good pressing there. Played it to Gibbs White on the left-hand side. He's in the box. He's going to play it across. And that is a little bit of quality. I thought it was going to go out for a corner. It hasn't. It's still in. Forest still with the ball on right-hand side. It's over to Aina. Tries a low shot, but it bounces off a Leeds defender. And it's gone for a throw-in. Forest, to me, look like they mean a little bit more business now. They look like they're switching on. That intensity difference that was there in the first half where it was, I was saying that Leeds were the team that were pressing. Leeds were the team that were closing down faster and pushing higher. That seems to be reversed. It seems to be Forest now looking to end this game on a high. There's plenty of time left. Aina, sorry, with the long throw into the box, which bounces to Gibbs White. And he takes a shot which goes I say just wide. It's nowhere near. That's you before saying pluralizing it. I've just called him anus. Am I missing any goals, mate, anywhere?
Not to my knowledge. Everything's as it was. Apparently, a little matter of the Blackburn goalkeeper being sent off for attacking the referee.
Now, you see, has he been sent off? I'm going to guess with the laughing, perhaps not. This is going to, I can see how it's going to be this season. I can see how it's going to be. I'm going to be put through the mill here. But it is still 2-1 at Ewood, is it?
It is still 2-1 at Ewood. No change there.
Right.
All the other scores are as they were when we last looked at them.
Come on, Blackburn. Now, think about Middlesbrough. I think I mentioned him last week in the breakdown of the games. Lancashire, I think 6'3". He played for Oxford last season, who obviously got relegated, and he still scored 1 goal in 4 for Oxford, who were creating no chances. He was 20 then, he's 21 now. Big unit. He looked really, really, really good against Lincoln. He bagged the brace against them. I think he's going to be a handful in the Championship this season. He'll be up against Tom Atchinson, an equally big 20-year-old. So 2 young players. That'd be a hell of a battle at Ewood Park today. Atchinson, I sing his praises. He will be one, I'm sure, in a few years' time that will be in the England team playing for a top Premier League side, not Blackburn. But Lancashire, I think, is the man to watch for Middlesbrough for sure. I hope I just haven't cursed us. Right. Let's have a look. Sorry, the ball's gone out, and it is Ains. They're taking ages over this. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's throwing in Forest's own half. It's just take the fucking throwing. Why is the referee not rushing this up? What the hell's going on? Sat here like a right melon, waiting to say something. Right, the ball's finally back in play. It is with Sells. Why have we gone back to playing it around? Why have we switched from these long deliveries from the keeper to just passing it out short again? But anyway, Forest do manage again to get past the halfway line with Ains. Ains has impressed me today. I've not seen much of him before, but he's really impressed me. He's kept hold of the ball well there. McAtee now momentum's died down, but it is with McAtee on the left. Back to McAtee. Back to Gibbs White. Sangare. I'm pronouncing that wrong for sure. Murillo.
No, you got it right.
Oh, I got it right. Oh, awesome. Ultimately, that ball went nowhere. But you know what? If Forest had just been a little bit quicker with that, but all this passing around the back, Leeds are getting themselves organised, and then when they do get it forward, it's far harder to make something happen. Far harder. I get that they don't want to be giving the ball away in their own half. I get that they don't want to be making silly mistakes. But you've got to be a little bit sharper than that. Williams, again, deep in Forest's own half. Gibbs White was the man they tried to release the ball through. He was fouled there. And it's a free kick on near enough the halfway line for Forest on the left. So let's take a look at what the stats are in the Preston game. Preston, of course, getting beat by Bolton last week at home to Wolves, one of their promotion favourites. 1-0 down. Actually, the stats look reasonably close, I'll say, in that game. Certainly in Wolves' favour, but reasonably close. Right. Not a great deal happening here for Leeds. It's gone scrappy again. I had some real hope about 5 or 6 minutes ago that this game was going to open up, but it's gone pretty scrappy again. Right.
What normally happens with our commentary game is this is kind of par for the course until the last sort of 10, 15 minutes, and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Well, we've got a throw in here level with the level with the Forest penalty spot, I'd say, on the right-hand side. Is it going to be so Forest with a bit of defending to do? It's Ampadu, who, that's a nice long throw actually, straight into the box. Still with Leeds on the left-hand side. That's nice little. That was beautiful. That is beautiful. Is that Jesus with the header again? It's been saved. Not Jesus, sorry. It's been saved by Sells. Who was it with the shot? Is it Calvert-Lewin? Calvert-Lewin, sorry. Yeah, that is a fantastic save from Sells. That'll go out for a corner. Still 0-0. But that was a little bit of quality from a nice long throw. The corner is played in. It's an outswinger. And then it's hoofed clear. But only as far as the halfway line. Oh, and then for no reason, right back to Trafford. who boots the ball upfield. It's getting a bit ping-pongy again. And Forrest will try and bring it clear. I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing. What the hell's going on here? Is that me beeping or is that you? I don't know what the hell's going on. It got scrappy. Who's this a free kick to? Absolutely no idea. It's not in a dangerous position either way for anybody, but it's Williams, it looks like, who is bundled to the ground. He's lying on the ball, trying to, I don't know. But anyway, we're back in play. Williams tries a little through ball, but it doesn't go anywhere. They switch play over to the right-hand side, trying to find Wills. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Right. So, how are things in other games? West Ham still 2-0 down. Let's have a look at the stats in that game. West Ham 76% possession, 0.83 expected goals. They haven't scored one. 15 shots with 5 on target compared to Charlton's 6. That marries up with what I've seen against Burnley last week, though. West Ham dominating possession, but still conceding twice. With it just seemed too easy to score against. Far too easy. You know, when Burnley got the ball last week, not that Burnley looked like they were playing fantastic, but it just seemed that clear-cut chances were coming. Wolves 2, Preston 0. Okay. Yeah, Preston. That will put Preston firmly in the drop zone. Let's have a look at the table. And yeah.
No. Go back for West Ham.
So that's West Ham 1, Charlton 2. As it stands, though, Charlton are in second place, followed by QPR and Blackburn, who both have 4 points. But Charlton will be on 6 points. That'll be a great start to the season, especially after what happened last year. You know, they were dragged into a relegation battle last year, so their confidence will be flying high, as will Blackburn's, to be fair. I know I keep mentioning them, but don't forget, Blackburn saved themselves by the skin of the teeth last year, really. Michael O'Neill's heroics. What a job he did for us. And we've not been that active in the transfer window. We've lost a lot of our better players. So to pick up points if we can against Wolves and Middlesbrough, do our confidence whole world of good. Right. Ipswich 1, Sunderland 1 still. I'm not sure. I don't know how Ipswich are going to fare this year. I thought Hull were going to go down. I thought Coventry would have enough to stay up. Ipswich, I didn't really give too much thought on. Anyway, I suppose I should commentate on the game. Only nothing's happening. 74 minutes on the clock, nearly. Yeah, a lot of head tennis. Scrappy. Here come Forest, though. Yeah, not making anything from it. Given throw-in given for Forest on the right-hand side, just trying to see what happened there. It looked as though potentially it could have been a foul on Jesus just beforehand, but it wouldn't have been in a dangerous position. Oh, no, the foul was given. But still not a dangerous position, about 40 yards out. But it is a chance for Forest to get that ball into the Leeds box. There's plenty of bodies in there. It's going to be Gibbs-White with the delivery. It's a long way out. But here it is. It's putting with some good pace, actually. That's not a bad delivery, but it's dealt with. It was asking a lot to get on the end of that and score, but Forest will hold possession into the Leeds half. A lot of players forward, Leeds with a lot of players back. And that is sloppy. That is sloppy. A chance for Leeds to break. Nothing comes of that. And is this Gibbs White again? Forest with possession. Just knocking it around, really. And then that's possibly the worst cross of the day. I don't know what the hell that was. Hang your head in shame, son. You are shit. That was awful. Absolutely awful. I won't name who it is, but that was terrible. Right. So goal kick for Leeds and Trafford, who again just looks so much like Shia LaBeouf. Nice long goal kick, and we've got the inevitable head tennis that follows, but Leeds get it down and just bring it straight back into their own half, straight back towards Trafford, who almost makes a fluff of it, almost chased down by Jesus, and he's got to clear desperately. Oh, it was Wood, sorry, almost chased down by Wood. And he clears desperately, but it's gone out for a throw-in, but he's got some good length on that kick, and it's not in a dangerous position at all. Forest are going to have to rebuild again. Ball deep inside their own half. Not looking like there's a lot of urgency, I'll be honest. Really not a lot happening. Let's have a look and see what people are saying about Man United on Twitter again. That was a shock, that. That was a shock.
Do you think Manchester United are going to be the new Spurs this season?
You know, Carrick did such a great job with them when he came last season. And everything I've heard, is how much he wants his team to outwork all the other teams and how much the players and the squad are behind him. I think he'll be all right, but I can't figure out. Again, I've not seen the game, but going off the opinion of the professionals, they were outworked by Hull today. Really outworked by them.
Yeah, I heard they were quite leggy, looked a bit tired.
Emma Stone says, my dad is wearing the Man United jersey that my ex bought him. No wonder they lost. That's exactly why they lost, Emma. Man United gets smoked by Hull. Yes, says Fit Tulum. The Premier League is back. Yeah. Can we all agree Man United is a small club, says Kingston. And let's all laugh at Man United, says Prima. So United aren't getting a lot of sympathy on Twitter. Now I'm a Blackburn fan. I've got no skin in that horse. I've got no skin in that race. Horse in that thing.
Skin in the game, horse in that race.
Yeah, there we go. I've got a horse in the game or skin in the race. It's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
We have Forest trying to mount some sort of attack. It's all very pedestrian. Leeds now seem to be sitting content to be sitting more in their own half. And Forest, I think Forest could play all week and not break them down. While they are playing like this, Forest have looked a little bit more dangerous when they've tried to mount something on the break, when they've decided to play the ball a little bit rapid, which has not been often enough. But here they are. Ball is, geez, that's got to be a free kick. Who's gone down there? That was, Okafor for Leeds. That is a dirty, dirty, dirty challenge. You filthy individual. He's barged Kuna right in the back there. And you know what? This is a type of free kick in a position you give away, and I don't think your teammates are thanking you for that. at all. This is level with the 6-yard box. They've now got to defend potentially a dangerous free kick, and Forest have looked good pinging corners in from this side. They've been putting good deliveries in. There was no need, there was no danger there, and in fact, I think I think suffice to say there was no danger, and now they've got to defend this pretty dangerous free kick. Clive Wells says, Man United border behind Carrick. After all, you've got to get behind someone before you can stab him in the back. That is very true. I'm not sure who's going to whip this in for Forest. A couple of players stood over the ball. We have Williams. I favour Williams. And yeah, pings it in with his right. It's not really an out swinger, but anyway, it's picked up by Gibbs White, headed. Oof. No, it's come to nothing. Trafford has it. He tries to release it early, and that wasn't a bad idea, but Forest actually closed down pretty well there and shut off any opportunity, and the ball's gone out for a throw-in on the right-hand side for Leeds, deep in their own half. How's things over at Ewood Park, Ledge?
Yeah, news from Ewood Park. The latest is Blackburn 2, Middlesbrough 1.
That is excellent news. There should be, I'm assuming, 80-odd minutes on the clock there now. Let's have a look at the stats at Charlton. Man, if Charlton hold on for that win at West Ham, what a result that would be. What a result that would be. Right. Bit of head tennis. Again, how many times have I said that today? Ball going nowhere for either side. Forest have got it in their own half. It's finally back on the ground. And it's going to go straight back to Sells, who, well done, kicks it long. And Forest now have the ball. We're looking for a through ball for Woods, but that is intercepted fairly comfortably, I think, fairly well read. And Leeds will build from the back slowly. Over to... I'm not sure.
We have another goal at the Preston game. Wolves have got another one, so it's 3-0 now to Wolves.
My heart bleeds for Preston. My heart bleeds for them. But they are going to be in that drop zone tonight, it looks like. Meanwhile, Leeds have a throw in on the left-hand side roundabout on the halfway line. And it's taken... it's going to end up back at the keeper, surely. No. May as well. Leeds knocking around the back. We've got about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes of normal time left in this game. I think I'd have said if anybody had deserved a lead at half time, it would probably have been Leeds. And I think in this half, if anybody deserved it, it would probably be Forest. So the fact it's still level is fair, I would say. And here's that's a ball through for Woods, but the big number 9 can't get there in time, and he's crowded out. And Trafford clears, puts it out for a throw-in on the Forest left halfway into the Leeds half. Back. No, that throw-in is going to be put back. It's going to be taken again. What the hell is going on? What's the referee blown up for? I don't know what's going on here. What if I missed the Ledge in that? Why is the referee blown up? Well, Leeds have the ball. Something's happened, some sort of foul or something. But, just so you know, we bring you all the details here.
There are some new rules that are just coming into force. There are too many for me to remember. Most of them are due to time wasting and injuries and things like that. So it might be worthwhile giving them a read when you get a chance.
yeah, could have taken too long to take the throw or whatever. But meanwhile, Leeds mounting an attack, and nice little run down the left-hand side by, I think it was Aronson. I'm not sure, to be honest. Eventually was crowded out, but Leeds keep the ball. Nice little whip into the box. It's going nowhere, and it's hoofed clear. For a second there, I thought we were going to get a Leeds player on the end of that. And is that Gibbs White wanting some treatment? I think so. No, it's not Gibbs White. Excuse me. It's Murillo at the back. Gone down like a sack of spuds. But he's up and he's happy.
Some more news from Ewood Park, and it's Middlesbrough that are still losing 2-1.
How many
I'm
minutes
sorry.
on?
I can't read.
That was horrible. That was horrible. It's going to be a long season, isn't it, with you? This it's good, but fun. But fun. Bolton still holding on for a point at QPR, who picked up a win last week.
Oh, there is a goal at your game. I'm going to let you discover what that is.
At Blackburn?
No, the one you're watching.
Oh, the one I'm watching. Well, I can see Leeds have got a free kick over on the left. I'm going to assume that it's coming off this one.
What happens? I'm just going to say Southampton are now in the lead 2-1 against Stoke.
Oh, they've turned that around. Who's delivering this? 87 minutes on the clock. If there is a goal, this game, well, there is. You've just said. Has that gone in straight from the free kick?
It was stuck with a goal.
That was a bit of quality. Well, no. Actually, to be honest, I need to see that again. I just wonder if there's some questionable goalkeeping there. I just need to see what happened when it hit the box. From my view, once the ball was in the box, it looked like it was going through a crowd of players, and I cannot see whether it got a touch or it was straight in.
We can't promise consistency. I did say in the last 10 minutes, everything usually goes hope or lather.
But no, you're right. It was straight in, wasn't it? It was Stack.
Yeah,
wow. There's got to be some questionable goal. Did he not see it till late? I mean, was that really whipped in close enough to the post? Let me have a look here.
This might be a season for dodgy goalkeeping decisions. If you saw the Arsenal Coventry game, there was one goal, two goals actually. The goalkeeper should have saved for Coventry. One from Erdegaard, which just seemed to sort of bobble along, and then it just went through the keeper's arms. Amazing. We'll see.
Well, I think Sells will be a little bit upset. He's not managed to keep that out. I am going to question the goalkeeper for that. I mean, it happens, but yeah, I think he'll be questioned anyway. Here comes Gibbs White trying to force something. Go on.
There's a goal at Ipswich. It is Ipswich who scored. It's now Ipswich 2, Sunderland 1.
And again, a newly promoted side. So, they are, it's that Hull. Well, I'll say again, newly promoted. Coventry got absolutely spanked, didn't they? But two of the newly promoted sides look like they were off to a good start. Wow. We are into the last minute.
Goals. Do not Forest look like they could just grab a dramatic equaliser before time?
Who knows? Who knows in football? They've not really shown the quality. To be honest, I can think of that save from the Jesus header in the first half. I can't really think they've had a corner that the deliveries from corners have been all right, but I can't think of anything in normal, open play where, other than that header in the first half, where Forest have looked like creating a chance. So maybe they get a corner, something like that. Can't see out from normal play. But right now, it's Leeds again, a bit more bouncing around outside the Forest area, but it has fallen back to the ground now, and Forest will clear. It's a long ball up front. Don't know who they're looking for there. But Gibbs White takes control of it. And now here come Forest. It's moved over to the right-hand side. No, but they're taking too long to do it, and Leeds are back and they're fully organised, and the ball is still, not that far past the halfway line. In fact, it's going back to the halfway line. Too slow. That's what I mean. They're just too slow on the turnover. And is that a free kick? Yes, it is. On the edge of the box, Gibbs White. I don't know. I don't think it was going anywhere. I think he'd lost. He was losing control of the ball, but he was taken out on the edge of the box by Rodon, and that's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position. Now, I did say set pieces were the.
Oh, there's a penalty at Southampton and a red card. Stoke players being sent off.
Do we know which player? Is it the keeper or?
Well, it was Edozie that drew the foul. I'm not sure as yet who's. Ingleson's been sent off. And a goal. Preston have got one back at Wolves.
3-1.
Yeah, and Southampton are now 3-1, and it's Mubama who scored the penalty.
Well, we're waiting to take this free kick. It looks like Gibbs White wants it, and I think it's going to be direct. It's going to have to be direct. It's in a dangerous position. It's just far enough to be able to come back down after you get it over the wall. A couple of yards closer or a yard closer, and it would be awkward. And he's put that well. He'll not be happy with that. He will not be happy with that. It's well over. He's tried to place it in the top right, and I don't know what Trafford was doing then. He's jumped. He knows he hasn't had to save it, so he's jumped and he's put his hands on the top of the crossbar, and he was almost climbing the frame of the goal and hanging off it like he was a monkey or something, like genuinely, like climbing the frame of the goal. Are any full times coming in yet?
They're all just now coming in. Your game that you're watching is now finished, so you can call that one. They are coming in now. Quite a lot of them. West Ham has finished. West Ham have lost that one 2-1. Blackburn and Middlesbrough. Blackburn 2, Middlesbrough 2. 1.
And I just clicked on, I see full time. I see 3 points heading to Ewood Park. 3 points not going to Middlesbrough. Screw you, Middlesbrough. You don't come to Ewood Park and go away with points this season. Tony Mowbray's Blue and White Army. Get yourself. I've got to watch my language, but I mean, I don't know what to say. Like Kim Hellberg, take your team, get back up to Newcastle. You're just a small town in Newcastle, and Blackburn Rovers are now 3 points clear of Burnley in the Championship. Well-deserved win, even though I didn't watch a minute of the game. Sorry, crack on.
They're all finished at Swansea. That's finished. Basically, Swansea 0, Sheffield United 0. Did you know they were that quiet? I didn't even know Sheffield United were playing today. West Ham 2, it finished Charlton 2. So that finished a draw. Another one we've got is QPR and Bolton, not Bolton, as you keep calling it.
That's how we say it round here. It's how we say it.
Okay, take the ON off the end of Bolton, and what does that say?
Bolton.
No, it says Bolt, doesn't it?
Bolton.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Bolton and Bury. That's right. That's what we say.
You just said Bury.
Bolton and Bury. Yeah, that's what they're called. Everyone else in the country is like, no, that's what they're called. Bolton and Bury. Not like Bury is Bolton, but Bury, but Bolton. Anyway, I didn't hear any of that. I just heard the sound of 3 points dropping at Ewood Park. Crack on. What else have we got?
Still playing at Everton, as far as I know. 5 minutes of injury time at Goodison. It doesn't look like Crystal Palace are going to do anything there anyway. So that might be a good win, good first win of the season for Everton. We're still waiting on a couple more in the Championship. Derby Cardiff is still 2-2. Preston are still playing. They're losing 3-1. And Wrexham are still drawing 1 apiece. And as I speak, Derby game's just finished. That's finished. Derby 2, Cardiff 2.
So that's first point on the board for John Eustace's side. Cardiff, 4 points from 2 games. I'll be pleased with that. Preston, I mean, they're up against it. Preston, when you're playing Wolves, Wolves are one of the favourites to go up. But after having come off a shock defeat, I'd say, against rivals Bolton Wanderers last week, they'll not be happy. They take Preston last season, and for the first half of the season, they were looking like playoff contenders. They were 4th at one point, not too far, even off the automatic places at one position. And then they just seemed to slide, and they never looked like they were going to be relegation contenders. But they did tail off. And I just, the bookies were putting them as a relegation contender this season. And I thought, no way. But it'll be squeaky bum time, 2 games and no points from that. West Ham United, 1 point. 1 point from 2 games, the favourites for promotion. They will not be happy.
It's now finished at Preston, so it was Wolves 3, Preston 1.
We're going to get a late winner at Wrexham and Watford, I wonder.
It's evenly poised, but they're into the 8th minute of injury time.
Yeah, what a day. Sorry.
And so is Everton and Crystal Palace. But like I said, Crystal Palace have got too much to do in that one. Even if they get a consolation back, I think Everton are going to comfortably walk away with all the points.
Well, let's take a look.
Wrexham's finished now, one apiece.
So we're not waiting for any championship results to come in yet, then, are we?
No championship results, just the Everton one. Like I said, I think that's all done and dusted anyway.
Yeah, 2-0. So, what's your 3 results of the day? 3 surprise results across the divisions.
Obviously, you've got to put the whole Man United one up there, because even though Man United are one of those teams where when you think they're going to play really well, they have a stinker. I would have still expected them to perform better against Hull. So that one's up there for me. I think Blackburn Middlesbrough is a shock. I think if you were being honest, you wouldn't have expected to come away with 3 points, would you?
No. Middlesbrough are a good side.
So that one, and I think, because there's not been that many games in the Premier League on the 3 o'clock kickoffs. And speaking of which, the Everton one is now finished. So it's finished 2-0 at Goodison. I think out of the other ones, I'd have to go back to one before the 3 o'clock kickoffs, which was Millwall 3, Norwich 0. Well, they went down to 10 men eventually towards the end. Norwich might be struggling this season. Millwall, they're having a good run. They've got a good keeper, and as he's proven with all the penalty saves in the cup, which we are going to get the second round, I think, aren't we, on Tuesday?
Yeah, we'll do that. Now, I agree with you. Definitely Hull City, Man United. That's a shock for me. I think in the Premier League, obviously Ipswich coming up and also getting a win. I mean, yes, they were home against Sunderland. Is it that much of a shock? I'm going to give it them. You come up from the Championship, you get a win in the first game in the Premier League. I'm going to give Hull and Ipswich my 2 shocks. And then, yes, I, as a Blackburn fan, I'm over the moon. I do think that is a shock, Blackburn beating Middlesbrough, but I'm actually going to go for Charlton going to West Ham and winning 2-1. Given Charlton's history last season and West Ham's all the buzz about West Ham being promotion favourites this year, I'm going to go with that as my third shock result.
Yeah, it seems Steve agrees with you. I think he's mentioned Ipswich, Charlton, and Blackburn.
Oh yeah, not Hull. That's interesting. Yeah, not Hull. I mean, it's difficult, but I do. I think
if he's a Liverpool fan, he wouldn't be surprised about Man United. That wouldn't be a shock.
No, I bet he enjoyed that one. Okay, well, that is that, I suppose. I'm going to knock a video together at some point tomorrow to wrap up one of these games. But other than that, I don't really have anything else to say unless you want to sing us out or something, Ledge.
You think I can sing?
No, that's why I want you to do it.
Okay, maybe on our 1,000 subscriber special, we might get a few verses. But until then, we will be back in the week with certain things. We will always be back on Saturdays. Thanks to everybody who's watched us. If you can give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, it'd be much appreciated. We need all of you to contribute to helping the channel grow. And if you'd like to see more of Marcus making a prat of himself while he's watching Blackburn, and it's definitely worth that subscription, if you ask me. Some more things to come in the next few weeks. We will be doing... we will have an on-air presence on transfer deadline day as well. So if you want to just put that on in the background, and any news that comes up will pop on your screen just like magic. And something else in the coming weeks, which we will announce later on when we get near to it. But until then, we'll bid you a fond farewell. Hope to see you next week. And we're out.
Bye-bye.